the mind of you guys, I thought that this was a baguette. No, I just cannot unsee. Some of you guys saw a potato. No, I really see it. But yeah, anyways.
I was a bit much.
Hello everyone, I'm back home. The dogs are back and the kids come back tomorrow. So yeah, lately I've noticed this for about a week. Suddenly my vertigo seems to be quite, I think it's vertigo. I find that if I were to look somewhere, like the corner of my eye, I'm talking to someone and they're sitting right next to me, like if I'm not looking at them straight on and I'm sort of just looking at the side, I get really nauseous. Sometimes out of the blue I just feel really like dizzy. Obviously I'm only like 35 years young, but like, you know, these little things are catching up with me.
Good morning everyone, I hope you're all well. I am off to pick up Ayla. Yesterday after school we like picked up a bunch of ingredients so the kids could make their own little like ice cream sundae. I think it was a fresh cream, but Ayla was a bit more windy than usual. So we're in the bedroom and I could see she'd run off to the bathroom and do a giant fart, and then she'd come back just smiling sheepishly. So I thought, okay, you know, she had the consideration to leave the room to go fart. I'm not gonna make big fuss or anything. I don't want to embarrass her. I'll let her be. So after about a few times, right, she'd keep running off to the bathroom, do a really loud fart. I was like, Ayla, you know, it's okay, you don't have to leave the room to fart. And she was like, no, the bathroom is louder. She went to the bathroom for better acoustics. She wasn't smiling sheepishly because she was embarrassed. She was smiling because she was trying to make it as loud as possible for me. She is definitely my child. So yeah, it's kind of a thing now. She just loves like the echoey bathroom, although she was saying like her favorite place to fart is actually in the water. So surreal. I'm playing Game of Life. This is one of my favorite games when I was a little girl. Obviously it's different now. Back then it was more 3D, it was a lot more windier, but I'm still really happy to play it with him. Do you want to be a musician or a model? You want to be a musician? Alright. I think I'm not a bad cook. I think I'm a pretty good cook. I'm not the most amazing, but I know enough. There are definitely a number of dishes that I feel very confident making, but I don't always feel this way when it comes to feeding the children. And sometimes it seems like, you know, the kids are like, oh, you know, do I have to eat all of this? And I don't know why, but like it got to me, and you know, I started like questioning myself like as a cook and like the amount of dishes that I know. I primarily cook Western because it's just easier to make a whole pot. Yeah, I felt like guilt, and I talked to my friends, my mom friend, about it, and you know, she told me something that like meant so much. Her mom used to make her, you know, like the steamed pork dishes, pork and potato dish, like all these delicious food, and she'd be like, ugh, because always I felt like it was the same thing, and she would dread dinner. She'd eat for the sake of it. Now that she's adult, she appreciates those dishes a lot more, and it made me think about like as a child, my granny would make these dishes and I'd be like, ugh. And now that I'm an adult, I love when I'm able to get my granny's home cooked dinners. Yesterday I posted that I was just gonna watch TV while practicing, and the amount of you guys, I thought that this was a baguette. No, I just cannot unsee. Some of you guys saw a potato. No, I really see it. But yeah, anyways, yeah. I named her Burn a Baguette. So yeah, lately I've been focused a lot on nano work. I decided in terms of like PMU, I am just so much happier and confident using a rotary device. So obviously I was training with Bubzvlogz. I cannot fault their course. It's so well structured. My teacher was amazing, but I always knew, like deep down, I was just always happier using a rotary device. So I decided to not go on with microblading and only focus on machine work like ombre brows, nano eyebrows. Aesthetically, I like the look of machine hair strokes more than microblading. I feel like it gives me more artistic freedom because obviously, you know, when you're microblading, you make little like cuts, little paper cuts, and you can't intersect and cross them because when you cross them, just the nature of how wounds go, an intersection in a cut, it just doesn't heal as well. So there's a limitation there. But with nano, you can do that, and I feel like for microblading, like a stroke, as beautiful as it is executed, it's still just a stroke at the end of the day. But with nano, I can really alter the density, like really have areas where it's airy and soft, and some areas you can build up on the saturation. I think I'm starting to grasp a lot better these days. I still have a long way to go. Obviously, I was like, oh, I did spend money for the fee-brow course. Should I at least not become a fee-brow artist? Right now, I'm just happy with machine work, and my thought was, yes, it'll be nice to get the cert, but if I don't want to offer it anyway, then why? So I rather just use that time to like focus on my nano work. A show that I recently finished is called Dairy Girls, and I love it so much because it's such a homely show. It's filmed in Northern Ireland, and wow, like I just go so emotional watching the endings. So if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend it. But Northern Ireland, generally people immediately think of the Troubles, right? The Troubles was, and I'm not gonna pretend like I know a lot because I really don't. All I know is, you know, the Troubles was like a period of time in Northern Ireland where there was so much violence. I think it happened between like 1960s till like the late 90s, maybe like 1998. But I don't have a lot of recollection. I think it's because I was tealing off by then. Of course, there was still a lot of violence. But, you know, obviously, I was in a very bubbled family. I see these images and I never really have much memory of. A lot of it was because obviously I wasn't born yet. Now that I'm 35 and I'm interested in history of it. Like RG loves to like tell me all about it, and he'll take me on tours. He'll tell me this happened here, this happened there, and I'm so shocked to find out that it really wasn't that long ago. And I'm just so thankful that me and my children live in a time where we can walk out of the streets and for the most part feel safe. And I don't take it for granted at all. Anyways, I'm on my way to visit my grandfather. I told you guys my mommy's father, my maternal grandfather, has not been well. So yeah, just gonna spend some time with him. Actually, my grandfather, even last week when I visited him, he had already turned Christian by then, and it was so amazing because he kept saying, "Oh, Jesus is with me," but I found out a few days ago he also got baptized. You looking at the rain? Yay. Home cooked food. Choy fish. Sweet and sour potatoes. Yeah, I visited my grandfather again today. And, you know, I told you guys that with my grandfather and I, it's always been like a very on the surface relationship. I don't have a lot of memories with my maternal grandfather. He's always, you know, he would always be someone I would just greet when we have dim sum every week. And as I got older, like those visits going to dim sum just diminished. So I'll see them the odd time. He has so many grandchildren. I just thought, like, you know, if anything, maybe he's closer to his other grandkids. But I never really felt that great of a bond with my grandfather. And now that he's sick, at the beginning, of course, like I had to go visit him. He's my grandfather. And, you know, mostly, I admit that time, I just wanted to support my mom, be there for her. It's a very difficult time in her life, but I've been spending time with him and bonding with him, and He's so cute. He'll always hold my hand. He'll put his hands on my face. He'll stroke my cheeks. He'll do little things to make me laugh. And we are bonding, but I feel like it's too late because now I know that he probably doesn't have a lot left, but I left it so long. Like, I'm angry at myself. Like, I never thought I'll like feel this way. You know, I was sad for him. I was sad for my grandmother. I was sad for my mom, but I didn't think I would feel this way. And I find myself just like sitting next to him while he was sleeping, like holding his hand, and I just wanted to stay next to him. And I felt how tightly he like held my hand, and I just wish I didn't leave it this long. I just have so much guilt, but I'm thankful that I'm able to like have these memories with him. I just want to reassure them and let them know everything is okay. And I'm so glad that he's got like so many family members visiting him every day. Like, he's so loved. I don't know how long I've got left with my grandfather, but I'm cherishing these moments for sure.